Hi, my name's Steve, and I'm pleased to be able to share with you today a couple verses of scripture that have meant a lot to me. In fact, I'd heard these verses for many years before I really understood what they meant. The first one says, "All things work together for good to those who love God, who are called according to his purpose." And the way I'd always heard this was that, well, my car broke down, but all things work together for good, no problem, I'll get a better car. Or I lost my job. Well, all things work together for good, so no problem, I'll get a better job. The second verse says this. It says, "For whom he, God, foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son." And the way I'd heard this talked about was usually in a discussion or an argument about predestination and free will and sovereignty, because it uses those words, predestined and foreknowledge, foreknew. So usually that scripture was used in some kind of discussion. Well, one day I found out and discovered that these two verses are right together in the Bible. They're Romans 8:28 and 29. And when you put them together, it goes like this: "All things work together for good to those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. For whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son." And what's the image of his Son? Well, we see that in the fruit of the Spirit. It's love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. So when we look at it this way, we see that yes, all things, everything in our lives work together for good. And the good is to make us more like Jesus, to build into our lives that fruit of the Spirit. So now the message looks like this. My car broke down. Okay, all things work together for good. Maybe God is using that to build the fruit of patience in my life. Or I lost my job. Okay, all things work together for good. Maybe God is going to use that to build in me more kindness and gentleness toward other people who are having a difficult situation. So now I have to ask myself, what situations in my life is God using to build within me the character of his Son? Because all things work together for good, and the good is to conform me to the image of Jesus. So thanks.